Hey everybody, it's Sensei Sid with Fields Karate. Today I want to go over the side snap kick with you. This is actually one of the first kicks that you'll learn in your karate training because it's found in our second kata, Heian Nidan. So we usually have yellow belts working on this kick. So it comes up very early in your karate training. Now this kick is going to be a little bit of a mix between a side thrust kick and a front snap kick. It has a little bit of a directional motion similar to a side thrust kick, but has the snapping action of a front snap kick. So the way you're going to start this kick for drilling's sake is you're going to start in a heisoku dachi. Now this kick could very easily be thrown from a hachidachi or even a deeper fighting stance or a combative stance. But we often see it, especially early on, coming out of a heisoku dachi and coupled with a back fist with our hands tucked to the opposite side. So a couple of key things with this kick. First, it is not meant to go high for the most part. Usually this kick happens at hip level or below. So the knee is a good target, the thigh is a good target, even into the hips or to the groin are good targets. If you go above the waist with it, it tends to slip and it doesn't make good contact unless you catch a shelf, like the underside of an arm or the underside of a chin. But again, being a defensive style of karate, we don't want to focus too much on the high kicks, just because they become a little bit slower and they're at greater risk of getting caught. So our favorite targets for this kick are going to be the knee, the thigh, or the groin. So to do this kick, you're going to start off in a heisoku dachi or a similar stance, and you're going to chamber your foot at your knee. Okay, remember to bend your supporting leg a little bit. You're going to touch, and your knee is actually going to be pointed about 45 degrees away from your target. So you're not pointing directly at your target, and you're not pointing directly forward. You're going about 45 degrees in between. And you notice my foot is as horizontal and parallel to the ground as I can make it. I don't want my toes pointing down. I want them pointing forward for the chamber on this kick. Now for this kick, as I do it, my foot is going to swing up. And it's going to do it very quickly in a snapping motion, but it is a semicircular motion. So from here, boom, and back down. And then I set down back into my stance. So a little bit faster, it's going to come up, pop out, pull back, and down. So this is a kick that is meant to be done very, very quickly, but it's good to practice it, especially early on, very slowly. Practicing kicks, even fast kicks, very slowly will help you improve your technique. And if you have something to kick against, even better. If not, you can do this out in midair, but if you have a bag at home, or if you have someone who can hold a pad for you, or even if you can find a tree trunk to kick, just something to touch. You're not going to kick a tree trunk too hard, but something to aim at. It's going to be helpful. But as you begin to drill, make sure you keep your hands up or pulled back into a reaction position, hiding on the other side, and you're going to pull up, chamber at the knee, knee swings out, kind of like a hinge, out and back, and then down. A little bit faster, that's a little bit closer to full speed. Full speed is going to be a little closer to this. Okay? So it's meant to be a very, very fast kick. But don't forget, chamber out, chamber back, and then set down. Chambering back is very, very important. Like most of our kicks, we don't want to fall into our stance after we kick. So we don't want it to look like this. Boom, boom. That's no good, because as soon as I drop down, my hands come down, I'm exposed. It's not a good fighting position, and you have to be prepared to continue your fight. So from here, up, out, back, and down. Still ready to fight, and with a good base the whole time. So those are the basics behind a side snap kick. Again, you're going to learn this early on as you begin your karate training. Even as a yellow belt, you start doing this in Heian Nidan. So for a couple of you who have pointed it out, yes, in Heian Nidan, that kick in the first couple of moves is a side snap kick, not a side thrust kick, but this is the kick that you're doing in that kata. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you find it helpful. If you have any questions, throw them down in the comments. I'll be glad to answer those for you. And if you get a chance to take a video or a picture, drop it down there too. I'd love to see what you guys are working on at home.